Okay, one more video before I go today. Alexandra Goldwell with you. You can find me on Inspired Connected Future Facebook group or Sex Power Love Facebook group or on the YouTube channel. Wanted to give some information, share some information that's been really helpful for me and others that I've worked with around physical tiredness, physical exhaustion, lethargy, apathy sometimes, and what that can mean. So sometimes when this happens, where we're just like hit with major physical exhaustion, who knows what your thoughts are saying, but we might start thinking like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me, right? Something's got to be the matter. And this is the way our culture works. Something's got to be the matter if I'm tired. Something's got to be the matter if I'm not producing, if I can't keep going, if I'm not like contributing member of society. And I'm here to say, if you are hitting points of physical exhaustion or you're regularly feeling lethargic, apathetic, just can't get it going, it is very possible that your adrenals are very stressed, that you've been running on cortisol for a good long time and your body is saying, no more, like stop doing this to me. You know, don't just live off more coffee or chocolate or sugar, you know, for these short bursts of energy. Your body is very likely saying, stop it, I want something different. And if we don't get the chance, if we don't ever pay attention to that and don't get to the chance to actually deeply rest because our mind says, no, don't do that, or you can't, or something's wrong with you, then you're going to go to the doctor. And I'm not like putting down the whole system here, but a good majority of the time, you may not get adequate testing, and you may get told that you're depressed. I'm here to give another voice to that experience of feeling like I can't do anything, and this physical exhaustion that can happen and not wanting to get out of bed. I want you to consider that you could be nutritionally deficient. Your B vitamins may be way down. Who knows which ones? Like, we need testing around that stuff, right? Your adrenals could be seriously stressed, where there is just burnout, and it's your body's like, no, I'm not running that way anymore. You're gonna have to do something else. So what I've seen as the remedy for this, rather than any antidepressants, is deep rest. And often there are many other types of healing that can support the rebuilding of an internal system that runs on its own authentic energy versus external energy of, you know, more coffee, more caffeine, more sugar or whatever to keep us going. If we're in the habit of ignoring our fatigue and ignoring our tiredness and going on less and less sleep, you will just create illness in your body. Your body will become ill. That's pretty much a promise. So either the mind will become ill or the body will become ill. It's going to keep reacting because you're not getting it. So I invite you, if you have those periods of deep physical exhaustion or the body just crashes, or like, I don't know, you work full time and then on Saturday, Sunday, you're like, I can't do anything. Rather than consider yourself as a flawed human being and what's wrong with me, I want you to consider that maybe you've been greatly stressing your system for maybe a long period of time, and it might not have adequate nutrition to work effectively. And I want you to consider that you are living and swimming in a culture that wants you to do more. It doesn't reward tiredness. When we say like, oh, how are you doing? Oh, I've been really busy doing this and that and this and that. It's not so accepted for you to say like, yeah, I just spent 48 hours in bed, you know. I just couldn't really do anything. If we could just invite authentic sharing with each other without judgment, like, you know, rather than somebody being shocked and like, oh, what's wrong? If we could each just kind of consider, yeah, I get that. I felt that way. Because you probably have. That can just slowly change the culture. The more each of us are paying attention to the body and resting when it asks you to. Okay, not just looking at the TV or just doing more screen time. That's not deep rest. It's not deep rest. Okay, like dark, really limit the sensory overload, because you constantly got the senses going. Constant stimulation on the eyes and ears, right? So I ask you to have times where it's dark, it's quiet, you get deep rest. It may not be a nap, it might just be lying still or sitting still. And that can be super healing for the body. And then when you do it regularly, awesome. Then you're actually bringing true balance back, right? Balance is not just activity and then exercise and eating well. There also needs to be balance between movement and stillness. So I invite you to play with that. Touch base with me if you're needing support around it as well, or any questions. And hope it brings you something really nourishing for your body. Mwah.